Rodeo House of Ribs. Pimpas un rato ameno con familia.
Sempre in movie box banda 2.
Curaçao Mármore.
Olympia, Run, Ride, Swim and Gym. Nos te queda arriba Caracas bij weg, banda di The Movie Box.
Buonanotte e benvenuti in altra edizione di Kontakto. Amita Chacho de Castro. Nos invitado maniera ma publique le cava da signor Gelt Dekker. Was het te conocer le cava.
Chacho, good to see you again.
Thanks a lot for
Wonderful.
coming. Thank you. Met de bijpidi tambe was een indulgentie. Nos sta programma ave. We're going to be doing it in English.
Because we're also doing St. Martin, right?
Yes, of course. And online. So,
Online.
And I must thank the
Actually,
people
to the whole world, right?
well, all those that want to see it, yes, of course.
Good.
RTV7 and online, CBA2, CBA2 at .RTV, CBA2.tv. Welcome.
Very complicated.
How many days are you already this time here?
Well, I came about a week ago, and I will go to New York, I think, on Wednesday. So I'll be about 2 weeks. or so.
Okay, great. Okay, I'll go for a moment to my friend,
Right.
Steven Bonoci. No, Steven, the Rodeo House of Ribs. Steven, botei?
Chacho, Bonoci, televidentes Nam Bonoci, Mr. Castro Dec, good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Eta kumindabu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Castro Dec. It's an honor for us to see you live on TV.
But I hear you have the best ribs on the island, right?
Thank you, sir.
This is important.
Of course.
You will, Mr. Castro Dec, with my permission, I just want to say,
Right.
I think you, as one of the first pioneers of Otrabanda, rebuilding Otrabanda, and to make what Otrabanda is today.
Well, we are still doing it together, and let's keep on working together.
Yes, definitely. I just want to tell you that because I told a lot of people that, and I want you to hear it from myself.
Thank you so much.
I want you to keep doing a good job because of you, I think Otrabanda is what it is today, and I think a Renaissance is one of those who profited from your motivation and your inspiration of what Otrabanda is today, sir.
Thank you, and
Okay.
we keep on trying.
Okay. Well, I'll switch back in Pavimento
Right.
just
Sure,
for a
good,
moment.
good.
Steven, boti un Christmas menu. Manera mi te comprende?
Sì, Chacho.
Porque contanos dice?
Abbiamo una tradizione, no tiroteo, sempre tem buffet uitgebreid. Van pueblo de Curacao, de familie en companhia en que está de celebrar no fim de ano, aqui de forma, caminho que toca, está posto na observação, pero que toca porque passa passo, podemos ambiente ameno, então junto com a família e com colega não. Então hoje nós temos buffet. Met daarbij bestaat het jaartje in breve equipo en dat consistent in.
Por favor.
Dat is uitgebreid buffet. Het is salade patio, salade pasta, salade pollo, green salad nam, dressings nam, ham de pasco, ayaca, pincho de galinha, shish kebab, barbecue ribs, tem pisca, palau, tem mashed potato, tem arroz, Christmas rice, tem salad rolls e natural também que tem seu dessert. With a creamy chocolate mousse.
Okay.
Como mencionado, tudo com a ranha, nós aqui, nós temos unicamente 50 ou 50, muita 26, 25 e plus nós temos milhões mais barata para muita também. Então, que é um minuto tu rende, lo está de disfrutar de gente.
Okay, great. Então, era começar acaba e minuta e não por pedir acaba agora aqui?
Não, já não usa com nosso buffet. Então, olha que nem buffet, Christmas buffet. Foi de 10 de dezembro, até o fim de ano, companhia não porque reservar por acceder livremente e mais tempo que você é lugar limitado. E não
Okay.
precisa fechar e acaba llenando.
Okay, great. Well, mi te deseavo hopi feliz dia de dezembro, chegando na Páscoa. Anto, mi te agradecido também para a informação.
Danke,
Okay.
Chacho.
Okay.
Bon
okay.
appetit.
Bon appetit, sì, corretto.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steven.
Okay, now Chacho, prazer.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, first, you just left TEDx. Yes, that's it.
See? Crossroads of the
TEDx,
world.
Roads of the world.
Curacao is the crossroads of the world.
Of course.
So TEDx is a speakers forum. And we organized TEDx here in Curacao for the first time. TEDx started in 2006 internationally by Bill Gates. And it's now the largest speakers forum all around the world. I've been on the board for many years, and this year for me is the fourth. So I've done one in Khartoum, I've done one in Amsterdam, and now I'm doing one here. So it's a fantastic forum for Curacao to give new ideas to the rest of the world.
I tell you, it is.
That's it. Crossroads of the world.
And you say
That's it.
crossroads of the world.
Well, that's our logo.
Of course, yes,
and that-
the cross.
This Curacao is a crossroad of the world.
Correcto.
And
Yes.
a lot of cultures meet here, a lot of people meet here, and a lot of business meets here.
Okay.
And-
Totally sold out today.
It totally sold out as a waiting list to get in. We started at 6 o'clock, it goes till midnight, and totally packed.
And it's happening now.
It's happening now as we speak.
So you're going back from here
Of course,
in,
of course,
in
of
there.
course. I did
You
the
were-
opening
you,
together.
You did the opening,
Yes.
right? Correcto.
And Minister Hakim was so nice to do it by teleconferencing. He's in New Orleans, so he came on, and that's it.
Okay. Who are the people that are interested in this?
Predominantly local people between, let's say, 25 and 45.
Of
And all levels of the society.
Okay.
Because the idea is to have new ideas. We do not care whether you never went to school or whether you're a professor. We couldn't care less.
No.
Whether you're a male or a female, whether you're old or young, we don't care. We care about the ideas, what you
course.
have to tell the world. That's the most
what
important.
what is the setup of
Okay.
of the
Now, you can, TEDx stands for technology, entertainment, and design. So those are the short, the abbreviations. Like entertainment, we have Tanya Cross, who is an opera singer. She's there tonight. And we have an architect, and we have someone who talks about energy, solar energy, and so on and so forth. So many different people, many different kinds.
Okay, so and for the rest, people can just raise their hand and bring up a subject or not?
Well, the breakout is, no, we do 12 minutes for format. So the speaker is on for 12 minutes, and then outside there's interaction. There's
Okay,
a lot
of
of
course,
interaction
yes.
because we want people to set up a network and interchange, and the ideas are worth discussing and growing.
Of
That's
course.
the idea. We need new ideas in this economy here.
The fact that it is a success
Yes.
means that it's going to be happening more often?
People are hungry for ideas. So I said I'm the father of TEDx Curacao, and I now want to be the grandfather.
The grandfather.
Because now we are going to do TEDx teens.
But that
teenagers.
teens,
So
okay.
parents who are now there tonight, they're coming to TEDx teens. They bring their teenagers. So I love teenagers, especially when they're very brutal,
Okay.
with the smart
Just
asses.
mondig.
Right? Mondig, let them speak. They don't have any hesitations, and they may be saying something very stupid, but most of the kids are very brilliant. They have
Okay.
great ideas.
Well, I one time heard that teenagers normally speak to teenagers. Probably also
Right.
on TV, for instance, they are in children's time slot. But necessary it is for them to speak to adults. Adults should
Listen,
hear.
and we
what
should
they-
listen to what they have to say.
Of course.
And I want to do the high schools we have here, the international school, the Rodolphus, whatever the names of the high schools are nowadays. They tend to change, you know that. But we want to have a competition in the schools and have the schools work with us and bring the best students from the competition who have something to say.
Of course.
And if they can't say it, maybe they can sing it. You know, I don't care how they do it.
But how
they
do
juggle it.
you
I
make
don't care.
sure adults listen to them, hear
Oh,
them?
I will make sure, because we are online, and we use YouTube, and most of the TEDx performances, we have 20 to 50,000 people online worldwide.
Okay.
And the talks will stay on TEDx. Go to your Google, go to your internet, and go to TEDx,
When we go to
and
break,
you'll
I put it
find
in.
tens of thousands of people
So
listening
the
to
language
these
was
texts.
English?
English, it's English.
English.
But if you don't speak English and you have teenagers who have something to say, we'll make sure we get a translation. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the language.
So the subjects are not local; they're international.
Any brilliant idea, come up with an idea. I don't care what you talk about, as long as you have a good idea and as long as you can bring it to the rest of the world.
You're very excited about this.
I love it, and that's wonderful. That creates a new world.
Of course.
We have to give the kids a chance,
Yeah.
because that's the next generation. That's our future.
Okay, so if it's going to happen again, do you see it happening more often in 1 year?
In the next 6 months, and I have to harmonize with the schools. We have a very good organizing committee here, and they have to set it up with the high schools. But I would like to get the high schools to do it by April or by May, to do the next one. And then, of course, we have a TEDx Women. We're also doing a TEDx Women,
Good,
of course.
yes, of course.
And so on and so forth. We have many different formats, and we want to have this speakers format, not a political forum, a forum of ideas. Ideas to make a new society.
And it's normal for it to be, what, 6 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours?
I don't care. You do it all evening, you do it all afternoon. When I was in Sudan, I did it in the desert. It started at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I think I saw a picture of you
Yes,
in there.
in the 4 o'clock in the morning, but it's all hot at daytime. You know, whatever fits, we'll do it.
Okay, we'll get back to that TEDx.
Right.
I want to come back here to Curacao. This government is saying it's enough of higher supervision, and they want to talk to Holland about it and come to terms, and it's enough. Your reaction?
Well,
Are we ready for that?
Listen, we live in a democracy. We do not live in a dictatorship. We live in a democracy, and in a democracy we have separation of powers, right? And when you have separation of powers, you also need checks and balances. You need to check on the ambtenaren that they do not make their own little kingdom. Now, in the present situation, that function is, of course, to the parliament and the people here, and we have all kinds of institutions to do that, but ultimately also within the kingdom. And it's not very practical, because they're sitting mostly on the other side of the world. So if there is going to be a new relationship where we have checks and balances, and we redefine that, I couldn't be happier.
The CFT,
Yes.
the financial,
Okay, that's the
that
checks
should
and
be
balances.
eliminated.
Well, it's not, because we made a deal. We got billions of guilders, right? They paid for all the debt, and they said, well, for a number of years, you get supervision. That was a deal.
Okay, but it doesn't really say an amount of years.
Yes, it does.
It does, yes?
Yes, 4 years, right?
Okay.
And there's two more years
Okay, but
overlap.
the government is saying it's enough.
No.
Do you think
A deal is a deal, a contract
You're
is a
saying
contract.
it's not negotiable.
Listen, when you go to the bank and you make an agreement with the bank, you live up to the conditions. And then at a certain point it's over, but you still have to come with checks and balances. We need checks. We do not want a dictatorship. We
Okay.
do not want to have a politicized system where the political person tells us what to think and how to behave. I mean, if the political party doesn't like you, and because of that your child cannot go to school, that's ridiculous, right?
Okay.
Or I cannot get a driver's license because I don't have the right political party, that's ridiculous, right? I need a cedula, everybody has
Okay, but does
basic
it
rights.
harm the island's approach to the neighborhood? We're
Listen.
seeing more and more that the government is approaching the
There is-
countries and
no, there's a risk there, but the government has to get away from politics and guarantee the constitutional rights that every citizen has, independent of political preference,
Okay.
right? And that's what you need checks and balances for. And if you do that, I don't know, with the kingdom or with Deloitte and Touche or with the United Nations, I couldn't care less, as long as you have checks and balances, as long as you have the right to appeal. If you do not agree as a citizen, you should be able to appeal and get a second round and get a third round.
But we have meetings
Yes.
to evaluate how it is developing.
Well, we had the ombudsman. Remember? The ombudsman. That was basically a
Okay,
checks
but
and
that's
balances.
local. But I'm saying also with all the partners in the kingdom,
That's it, indeed. So we have to make a redefinition how we do the checks and balances and how we make it more practical. It has to be transparent. The
Okay, but I
system
mean,
is transparent.
is it ridiculous to bring it up in such a meeting and say, listen, let's talk about it. 1 year is enough. We're okay. We're going to keep whatever we agreed on.
That's not the way it works. First of all, it's not up to the politicians to bring it up. It's up to the lawgiver to bring it up. It's up to the parliament. It's not a function of the cabinet. The cabinet is the executive, and they should execute whatever has been decided in the political plan.
Okay.
It's not their function.
Okay.
It's right.
Part of this move of the government means that they want the governor to have onschendbaarheid. I looked up the word in English.
right.
Inviolability.
Right.
It is apparently a custom in the Caribbean and all over the place. The governor is untouchable.
Well, and indeed, and that is one of the guarantees of our constitutional rights. I mean, the head of state, the queen in the Netherlands, and for the queen we have the governor here,
of course.
he is untouchable.
So
you know?
that you say it's okay.
Well, I think every institution we have has to be looked at again every once in a while. Don't sit on it because it's 200 years old.
Okay.
Maybe very old-fashioned. Maybe it's high time for a shape-up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, but shape up.
Yes.
Is it feasible in our community with so much division?
Well,
It's never been like this.
I hear
according
what
to me.
you're saying, but at the same time, we also have a lot of very smart people. We have highly educated people, smart people, universities, all that. We have a lot of different political parties. So we all have the right to speak up. And whether you like it or don't like it, we all have the same rights. And together we can sit and come to a conclusion. We do not want dictatorship of one party or one political group.
Okay, but bringing our internal problems outside on an international scale. For instance, the opposition is saying now that they want signatures, and these signatures are going to be sent all over the place.
That's what politicians are politicians, you know. Just take it with a grain of salt, right? A politician is a politician. They always make noise.
Yes, okay, but
Right.
is it in, for instance, your benefit with your hotel? That all of this dirt is out there?
No. We want checks and balances. We want to have guaranteed constitutional rights, and we want to have a system that functions, not only for us, but also in our international image, of course. Otherwise, we cannot do business. Otherwise, it becomes arbitrary. You see it, unfortunately, it's horrible, but you see a lot of that happening at the moment in Venezuela. If you do not like Chavez, you're out, you're dead. You cannot even get a driver's license.
Okay,
you know?
so what? They can go ahead and write these things because it is in
No.
the name of democracy?
Right, we're going to discuss it, and we're going to agree together through a parliament and through a system that we have.
So
We
what
have
you're
a
saying discuss it
democracy.
inside, internally
Yes,
only?
internally and externally within the system that we have. And again, I know directly from The Hague. The Hague is sick and tired of being the policeman on watching, you know. And they are saying if they come up with, I mean, like Rosenmuller did, do it yourself, right? Do it yourself. That was the report. Do it yourself. Please, guys, come up with a system. We don't want to be the supervisor. Let's organize a system where you can supervise yourself. But at the same time, you have to be careful. I mean, imagine, I give a ridiculous example. You're in jail. You're a prisoner, right?
Me?
No?
No, I know.
Just for 2
I know.
minutes. Okay. You're a prisoner in jail, right? Now, whom don't you like? You don't like the guard who locks the door. And you're going to say, now it's over, and give me the key and no more guards. Of course, you're saying that as a prisoner, but is it reasonable? No, you still have to serve your sentence, right? So we have obligations and we have rights to protect, and we have a system, and our system of democracy guarantees constitutional rights. That's it.
We're going to make a jump across the Atlantic
Good.
to Wilders. He's saying,
Wilders.
he's talking about Neuro. Some of the countries are not managing their finances well, and he's suggesting they should have a different currency. But if you permit me, after some commercial.
Good.
Yes? Keragunos, nos back vez, anto, or nos been back, nos tabay papintiki di euro, e situação din Europa, palo que tu fala, finanças, nos tabay.
Wow, enterai acompañanos, aquí vamos compañía. Ya llega otro vindi ahí y con nos botas sin tiene. Popa y paz, unos que dorna cubo. Cubo pide dedicación y fue mi programación. Si tipo joven y alegre, no está en el diferente. Tipo siempre de los mentes. Esta forma una familia, una meta principal para informar y educar. Grande y chiquito, mai tataria noche, la van a canal, fue mi programación. Tan que un viaja más para permitirnos épocas, hasta que nos pon deseo para el pueblo de Corzón. Con Pasur, con allá, television, pasamos en Pasco aquí, pasamos.
CBA Television. Rodeo House of Ribs. Pimpas um rato ameno com família, desfrutando tudo de luna teja viernes ng happy hour. Começando por 5 da tarde até com 7 da noite. Chamars all you can eat buffet. Já webs live music. Já sabro live Mexican music. E já domingo mucho ta come por nada. Teco de 2 anos. E no lubi da riba ng Daily Fresh Salad Bar. Rodeo House of Ribs. Abritur dia 5 da tarde teco de 1 da noite. Telefone 560-3247 of 465-9465. Rodeo House of Ribs.
The real action begins. Oh. You have no idea.
O 4 sucursal sempre tiene un movie box banda divo. Pode volver video nang na qualquer dinang. Pur mang película ng novo personal serviço total. Bovrasta piri pa mira e promono. Tambe vo snack favorito e sempre un movie box banda divo.
Ave, com inovação completo e com orgulho, Curaçao Mármore está processando pedra de Newport segundo a técnica de mármore para destacar nos meus produtos únicos e mostrar que nós também podemos. Seja com pedra de Curaçao ou com mármore importado, Curaçao Mármore dá a nossa comunidade uma opção nunca antes disponível. Dentro do mundo de Curaçao Mármore, visita nosso showroom na Santa Rosa Weg ou chama 736-4155. Curaçao Mármore. Bom sonho na realidade.
Nós estamos back. In Kontakto, we're back. And our guest, Gelt Dekker. As a matter of fact, Kura Hulanda, I didn't ask that.
Right.
Happy still?
Well, we are happy that the economy and the industry, the tourist industry, the hotel industry, is growing again. Last year was a horrible year for everybody. And now, again, we see a little growth. And I hope it continues because of the new airlift.
Okay. Well, you have a call. Bonoshi, good evening.
Right.
What I wanted to say about, I'm feel very,
Your voice is not coming over. Oh, okay.
but I don't get it harder.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Look, I'm very strange about it because I'm an artist. Long time ago, I made a job there. When I have to charge my money for that Neuro, they send police to send me out of there. And they owe me still $3,800. I feel very, very worried about it. I can't talk anything else about it, but that's
Where did you get kicked out?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Where did you get kicked out? From where?
Kura Hulanda.
I know.
For Leo Hunt.
Okay.
Leo Helms has not worked for us for the last 6 years.
Okay,
So
and
please, cut the nonsense. This is not a forum to discuss things like that.
No. Nós não também discutir coisas tão personal.
ridiculous.
No personal things here. Okay? You say that, and there are 1,000 other people
Yeah,
that say
come
different.
on,
So
nonsense, yeah.
no personal things. So you're happy. You're
Well,
developing.
no, I'm happy.